Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Watch it. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, watch the slant.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To the air, Allen. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. This time, Haskins will look to throw. Touchdown, Packers. DJ Moore. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Well, early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points. Get that. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Going deep for Diggs. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be caught. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 40-yard line.
Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins, he's going to go for a big play downfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, He's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled. My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, Haywood.
Check, 59. Let's go, D. Mike, check, 59. Come on. You better bring it. Mike's 59.
Gun.
59. So those.
Hey, wahoo.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Watch the curl. Go.
Throwing is Allen on third. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off around the 37. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Vikings 34-yard line.
Front 9. Oh, yeah. Go. Yeah. And here we go again. Here we go.
Bang, 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 bang.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Haskins, he's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. On the draw play, Coleman. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Tried to go draw play out of the gun down here.
Yeah, they tried to spread things out, didn't they? They wanted to move people away from the center of the field, away from the line of scrimmage near the ball, so that the runner could find some space. Unsuccessfully, though.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
We got it. Good job, D. Good job, D.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And that one makes it 14-7. A first half update now from Philadelphia. And the Eagles out in front early. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority #1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Down. 81. 35. 55. Shit. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Deuce. 22, jet, over. 22, jet, over.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Inside the 30. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
He's going to go up top, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next to score, Packers 21, Vikings 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The run on first down gets him a couple up to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 27, Allen lets it fly for Thielen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That good for 19 and a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. I smell fear now.
On first down, it's Haskins. Touchdown, Packers. Dante Pettis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 78 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
I'm coming after you.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Haskins. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Get a nice lead, you should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
Mike, check, 59. Hey, they scared. Check 99. Hayward.
To throw on 3rd down, Haskins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Silver.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Take me up. Here we go.
Hey, high 7.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Now Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
Watch 98.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Coleman on the draw. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Mike, check, 59.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Haskins to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Haskins now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike is 59.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Dante Pettis with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hernandez. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist.
Regular.
Select number 1.
Hey, foxtrot.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hernandez. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Allen now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. If you don't get this boy,
And again, it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch 1. Hey, let's get off the field.
A final shot before half for Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Packers take over first down at their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the gun, Haskins on third down. And he's got his target. That's more. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Haskins now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Coleman. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins going for the deep ball. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Packers. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here we go. Here we go. One's the mic.
Now Allen. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Hey, home. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Right there. 54. Right there.
56.
Watch the slant.
Throwing again. Allen. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Allen going up top. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Coleman now. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Time to go, night. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Yo, 3 on 3. Motion. Mike, check. Go. 59. I'm coming after you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 14-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after here coming up. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Packers 56, Vikings 20.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Switch up. On 52.
On 3rd down, Allen. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game. And they reacted poorly on that one.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Watch the screen. Check the alert. Check the ball.
Allen going to go on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Tucker, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go...
Oh, wide open, complete, and all the way down to the 39. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 44 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Allen. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Tight end Herb Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Allen going to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
36. What? Go.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Allen going to throw again. It's complete to Diggs. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Allen's throw is complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down. Allen now on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. The open man is Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Allen now operating from the gun. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Bravo. Give me something. Here we go. So Mike's number one. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's now 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
I'm here all day. I'm here.
Alert, alert, alert.
Now Allen again. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it, and as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. When my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, fuck the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show.